Hello.
Hi, hello.
Hi. Can I just ask a quick question?
Sure, go ahead.
The website that's provided on our group isn't working with the new link as well, and it says the credentials are invalid. So,
Mhm.
are we going to be using the website in this session?
Currently, we won't be using it. As
Okay.
soon as, and we are trying to resolve the issue from the backend. But
Okay.
don't worry, during the session, it won't be hampering in any way.
All right. So, during the session, we only need to focus on what's going on in this
Yeah.
meeting.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, all of you. How are you doing? Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
If I'm not wrong, Shreyansh, you're from Garudia Institute. Yeah.
Yes, that.
Agrima is from Pune. Yeah. Gauri,
Yes, ma'am.
Gauri, you are from, I have not seen. Yeah, of course I have. Gauri is from Thane Singhania School, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I have just quickly seen everyone of your introduction and Manveet coming from Hyderabad. Shresh, I have your name. You are also from Garudia School, correct? Vimal, your name I am
Yes, ma'am.
on my list by, so yeah, which school?
Bright Idol School.
Pardon?
Bright Idol School.
Okay. You're from Mumbai?
It's actually here. No, I'm currently settled in United Arab Emirates,
Oh, that's
Abu
great.
Dhabi. Yeah.
Oh, so I just thought that we have a pan India program, but here we have a pan world program. We have someone outside the country also. So very good. Welcome, Abhijit. Abhijit from Doon School, correct? Abhijit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. So please switch on your cameras. Rohani, welcome to the program. Hyderabad, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So we are going to have a very good time. I'm just waiting for everyone else to join. Okay, I'm Professor Neha Sharma. I'm associated with IIQS, taking care of economics subject. Economics is a wonderful subject, and I love the paper a lot. Okay, so over the period, you will understand that what roles economics play for an actuary. Okay, but the winter school, we have designed it in a way that you understand, because when I look at your emojis, fantastic emojis you guys have shared, huh? That's really like, if I look at the emojis, I'm able to understand what's going in your head while putting up those emojis. Just that smiley emoji, I didn't understand. And what is that emoji best reflects you? Most of you have put in a smiley. We will decode it towards the end. Okay. So Spurti, Hyderabad, welcome. Yeah, Nishant. Nishant is also from Hyderabad. So we have a full Pan India program. Okay. So Vimal, of course, Pan World program. Yeah, we have you from United States. So great. Okay. So see, so the idea of doing this particular winter school right now is to all of you that you have an idea about what an actuarial program is, who an actuary is, why you should be doing this course, what is that differentiated factor. Okay, I assume that every one of you are very aware of the demand supply model that exists, correct? In the economy. Okay, so what is the demand of an actuary kind of an employee and what is the supply? So there the gap that is arising is where your wages will be determined. So it's a very lucrative study in the market ahead. Okay, and so this whole program will give you a wonderful idea about what an actuary is, what an actuary does, and if you love numbers, maths, stats, numbers, data, then this is one program that is something, and one course that is something going to benefit you all a lot. Okay, so just we will wait for another 3 4 minutes for everyone to join, and then we start with our session. So Nityam, welcome Nityam. Nityam, I have not seen your introduction on the group. Could you please just quickly let me know which state you are from?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Nityam.
Um, my name is Nityam and I am from Madhya Pradesh, Indore.
Wow, great. Which school?
I am from Delhi College.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so we have students across. Okay, just quickly to begin with, meanwhile, when we wait for our students, I am posting a poll on the poll part of the tool, which you will get. Okay, so I want you all to take that poll very quickly. Just a second. Okay, sorry. So I think I'll put it in the chat meanwhile, and you can use the chat for your answers. Okay, so I am posting some 4 words, not sentences, but just 4 words, and I want to understand from the crowd right now that if you have to, rank these 4 words as per the understanding of what is risky, a very high amount of risk to a very low amount of risk, how you will rate them. Okay, so here we have the 4 words. Yeah, can you all see the chat? Are you all able to see the chat?
Yes.
Okay, great. So yes, so please use the chat for your reply, that if you have to rank them from most risky to less risky, then how you are going to rank these 4 things. Please use the chat for your answers.
What do you mean by risky? Like easiest to lose, or
Pardon? Please come again.
what do you mean by risky? Like easiest to
Risky
lose,
means
or
that, yeah, risky means that something you feel that, could have a real danger present or in future. So that ways. So danger in the sense that whether right now you feel that it's a career that's highest amount of at a risk, or it's a health that is at a highest amount of risk, or for now for you maybe health and money is at higher amount of risk, or maybe relationship is at a higher amount of risk. So what you feel for present and future, that it is at a risk, high to low. Have you been able to put your answers? Any one of you? Okay. So Gauri says health, relationship, career, and money. Oh, great. That's an amazing response. Okay, so let's go one by one. Gauri says health, relationship, career, and money. Vimal says health, money, career, and relationship. Agrima says health, money, career. Okay, Shrish, am I saying it correct? It is Shrish or Shrish?
Shrish.
Shrish, correct. Okay, so Shrish feels that the highest amount of risky thing is relationship. Can you decode that for us, Shrish?
Uh, well, you see, people have feelings and they're very
Yes.
sensitive, unlike
Okay,
career,
I think
money, and health.
yes. Okay,
So,
so Shrish says relationship, career, money, health. So according to Shrish, relationship is the most risky things because it is evolved around the emotions. Okay, Ruhani also says the same. Relationship, health, money, career. Okay. Manveet also says the same relationship. Shreyansh Mandal also says that career, health, relationship. Nishant, health, money, career, relationship. Okay, and Spurti health, career, money, relationship. So all the students who have taken health as their primary way of defining that it is the highest amount of the risk factor. Could you please justify your answer? That why you feel health is the most risky thing? Yes, please go ahead, Gauri.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
So, I believe that unlike the other factors, health is something that includes both internal and external factors. So, things like
Okay.
pollution and food also comes into consideration, which come under the government or how people around us live. So, it's not something that we can have complete control over, which means that there's a higher amount of risk to it compared to anything else.
Oh, great. That's a wonderful way of expressing the sorry. See, health factors. It's at risk right now. Okay, so it's a wonderful way you have explained it. Very good, Gauri. Anyone else would like to take this question up and justify their way? Excuse me. Yes, please go ahead, Shreyansh.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So my answer was a bit different, and I went with career, health, relationships, and then money. So I think I'll start off with money. Why it's the lowest? Because right now I'm a student and I'm in grade 10, so not really in a job or in a position where I'm earning a salary or anything as such. So I don't think money is the riskiest thing for me personally right now. Relationships, I do understand that they are important, but I think things such as careers and health would be more, because in the next couple of years after going ahead with my studies, I think career will be the one of the more important things which I would like to do good in. And health, of course, I think, as explained earlier, is very important in anything you would like to pursue in life.
That's an amazing explanation. Anyone would like to support or have a different view of idea what Shreyansh has just mentioned? Anyone of you? Yeah, Nishant, I think you would like to say something. Okay. So let's start with a quick activity. I want you to go on a link which I'm posting in a chat. Okay. There is a code. You have to answer that code. Okay. Sorry, you have to put that code in the. So just let me send you the code. Just a second. Okay. I'm putting it in the chat. Okay, just put the code. No need to put in your any login IDs or your emails or anything. Just go with the code. Are you able to join? Okay, I see 15 participants have joined. Okay, and we are how many? 20, 19. Okay, please join, rest of you. Please give me a thumbs up, all those who have joined. Okay. Yes, Shneel, please ask your question.
Nothing. Just trying to find the buttons.
Okay. Okay, great. So you all have started with the first question. Great.
Um,
Okay, so the first
ma'am,
yeah.
Can we just, before we go ahead with this, can we just
Yeah.
have a round of attendance for all of the students because that will be marked for
Yeah.
the certificate,
Yes.
and then we
yes.
can go ahead with this.
Yeah. So we'll keep this on hold and yeah. So you will be taking attendance?
Yes, I'm taking the
Yeah.
attendance.
Yeah.
I'll be just taking out the names. Just let me know if you're present here by unmuting the mic. Do we have Nishant here?
Yes, sir.
Manveet,
Yes, ma'am.
Ruhani,
Yes, ma'am.
Arnav Tiwari,
Yes, I am here.
Ashneel Chakravarti,
Yes, ma'am.
Gauri Doke,
Yes, ma'am.
Ahan Harjai, do we have Ahan Harjai? Spurti Penovacha, if I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
Naman,
Yes, ma'am.
Shraddha Lahoria, do we have Shraddha here? Okay.
Ishika,
Shreyans,
Shraddha is trying to join, but she's not able to join. She has just posted it on the group. So maybe after the attendance, you help her join.
Shreyans,
Yes, ma'am.
Abhijit,
Yes, ma'am.
Zorawar,
Yes, ma'am.
Shrish,
Yes, ma'am.
Ananya,
Yes.
Anvita. Do we have Anvita here? Dev. Do we have Dev here?
No,
Dharmin.
Yes, ma'am.
Arvind is there. Yeah.
Okay. Agrima.
Yes, ma'am.
Pratyasha.
No.
Nityam Bajaj.
Yes, I am here.
Vimal?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. I think we can go ahead. I have the attendance with me.
Okay. So all of you are able to join this code. Everyone has received this code? Yeah? Okay. So brilliant. You people have marked really good words. Okay. So can you please explain your answers, like what you have marked? Some of you have written health, some of you have written danger, loss, insurance. Why insurance? Like, why do you think risk is insurance, or why that word came to your mind? Yes, who has marked it? Please, students, you can please unmute yourself and answer. Okay, so that will encourage all the discussions. And if you're not convinced with anyone else's answer, okay, so in the most right manner, you have a freedom to answer them or clarify your doubts with them. Yes, Gauri, please go ahead.
So, ma'am, I was the one who wrote insurance because
Okay.
insurance is something that is now a part of everybody's life because health is always at a risk. So people take life insurance. And life insurance is not the only insurance. There are also other insurances. And that can basically help to mitigate risk. That's why that word came to my mind.
Okay, great. So I think in your first answer, you have explained why health is at the primary risk, and then secondly, you have linked it with insurance. Brilliant. Okay, who is this uncertainty? Why uncertainty is a risk, and how do you define uncertainty? Yes, who has
I
marked
put
them? Yes, please go ahead. Yes, Nishant.
I put uncertainty because it's like a chance of not happening, so we don't know if it happens. It's something that we're thinking that might happen. Right.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Can you give an example right now? In from today morning, is there
Um,
anything uncertain that you have faced?
I don't know what today morning, but like for example, the rupee value right now is an uncertainty because we don't know when it will fall.
Okay, by the end of the class, we will answer that. Okay, that whether it's an uncertain or it's a calculated risk. Okay, great. Yes, Anna, please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was the one who wrote uncertainty when I hear the word risk,
Yes, Anna.
because uncertainty is something wherein the outcome is not directly guaranteed. Like, for example, there are two sides of a coin. So you do not know that whatever decision you are taking at the very particular moment, you are going to land up at the very point. So there is some
Yes.
sort of uncertainty. There is some sort of risk factor that am I going to reach that point or not? That is why.
Brilliant. Very nicely explained. Anna, I have a question for you. Can we say risk and uncertainty are synonym to each other? And anyone out there who would like to answer this? Can we say risk and uncertainty are like a partner to each other, a synonym to each other?
Yes, they are, because when while we are talking about risk and uncertainty, both the words mean the very same thing. Like, we are not sure of the outcome. Like, whatever
Okay.
decision we are going to take, the outcome depends on our decision.
Okay. Anyone else who would like to support Arnav's statement that risk and uncertainty is same, or they have a different idea? Yes, Nityam, please go ahead.
Um, I kind of feel that uncertainty and risk are very different because risk is something that we take, and
Mm-hmm.
uncertainty we don't know whether it will happen or like what will happen. And risk is something we know that it can happen, and
Mm-hmm.
this can also not happen. That is risk for me.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Anyone else? Yes, Shriyansh.
I think they're both pretty similar since they, I think, could be in the semantic field of one another. A risk is something where it is a possibility that could happen in the future, but you're not very
Okay.
sure of it now. And I think
Mhm.
uncertainty lies in the same area.
Okay, so we have both contradictory things. Most of you feel that they are synonym to each other, and some of you feel that no, they are totally different words. Okay, let's see what Shrish has to comment on this. Yes, Shrish, we would like to hear your opinion
Um,
about it.
yeah, so I feel that they're not exactly the same because risk is always something negative and
Mm-hmm.
uncertainty is just not knowing whether something will happen or not. So you can't really have so for uncertainty, you can be uncertain whether you'll succeed, you can be uncertain whether you'll fail, but you can't really have the risk of succeeding.
Okay, and Ruhani?
I don't think that uncertainty and risk are synonyms, but they go hand in hand because when you are taking a risk, there is uncertainty. That is why it is
When you
called
are
a risk.
taking a risk, there is uncertainty. Very good. You know, this answer, maybe by your progression towards the winter school, will help you to understand that whether all the risk is uncertain or if you're taking a risk, it's uncertainty or not. So, there where this course is there to get it explored. Okay, but nice. I want you to keep that thought because every time you have a speaker, you will be able to delayer that thought process. Okay, very good, Ruhani. Yes, Agrima, last we hear with you and then we go to the next
Yes,
part of
ma'am.
it.
Ma'am, though the words are very similar, they don't exactly mean the same. Risk is measurable while uncertainty is not. We know what can go wrong with risk, and for uncertainty, we don't know what can go wrong.
Okay, I think most of you are on the same lines when defining risk and uncertainty. Okay, but again, the question remains same. That is risk and uncertainty. The same thing. Okay, risk can be calculated. Uncertainty is pandemic, right? You don't know. It comes somehow. Okay, so we will explore these concepts, but the way it's going, it's perfectly setting the tone of the school. Okay, okay. Chalo, I'm sure you will enjoy the next part of it. Okay, every one of you, because I have some special questions with for every one of you. And if you would want to answer any question out of enthusiasm, you're most welcome to do that. Okay. So in the next part of it, I want you all to enter your participant's name. Please go ahead. All participants' names. Varna, very good. Go ahead, everyone. Please enter first. All 19 of you have entered. Can we start the spin? Okay, so it goes like there will be a spinning of 10 seconds that will take place. One of the name will get an arrow. Okay, and there comes a question that we would want to hear your thoughts. Okay, and when you hear your thoughts, you will have to nominate one person from this particular spin to answer the same question. Okay. For an example, if the name is Ruhani, Ruhani will answer that question, and for the same question, Ruhani will nominate someone from the list. Okay. Are we all ready? Okay. So let's start the spin. An applause for Nishant for having the first one. Nishant, you are there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, so Nishant, your question is, if you would rather face one big risk today or you would face small risk every day, what would you would want to do?
I think I would say face a small risk every day.
Okay, why so?
Because if it's something that's happening on a daily basis, I get used to it. I know how to like minimize it, mitigate it, and know how to approach it the next day. Whereas a large risk will be like something that's sudden for me, and I don't know how to react to that.
Okay, can you, like, if at all, you can give us an example to justify your point?
For example, like, I don't know if it's correct, but like, for example, just hypothetically, if I lose 30K today, that's probably worse than losing 1K every day, right? Because I'll know how to,
Okay,
I'll
very
know what
good.
to do, for example, if I tomorrow.
Brilliant. Let's have a round of applause for Nishant for giving such a good reply and substantiating. Very good, Nishant. Okay, so Nishant, whom do you nominate to answer the same question?
Shrish.
Shrish has already, before you answer, Shrish was ready with the answer. Yes, Shrish, please go ahead.
I I was trying to go to the settings, but like the hand raise button. But
Yeah, okay.
anyways, I would
But
take
now he has
the
nominated you, so
bigger
you have to
risk.
answer. Yeah. You
Yeah,
would
I
take a
would take
bigger
the
risk
big
instead of a
risk
small.
for today
Okay. So,
because
okay.
well,
Why? What's that big
uh,
risk you want
the
to take
thing
for
is,
today? Yes. Yeah.
so for the big
Yes,
risk,
Shrishti, sir.
if you take the risk today, then
Hmm.
there is a chance that you'll either be really, really successful. In that case, it's all good, all good. But in the case that you aren't successful, you'll you'll go downhill really fast. But
Hmm.
it's still better than going downhill slightly every day. So then you just recover from it a
Great.
little later. But for every day, you always have that thing just you're always going
Correct. So
down.
Shrish
There's
is a
always
very
that risk
positive
every day.
person, right? So you were losing 30K, right? And he is taking a risk of winning the 30K, right? So that's all about perspective, and that is how, risk is taking place. Yes, Shreyansh, we would like you to contribute.
I think I would like to take the bigger risk today rather than face
Okay.
a smaller risk every single day for I'm not sure how
Mhm.
long. I think the reason for that, I think there is a couple of reasons. One is that it would really challenge, I think, my critical thinking, because in this moment, at this point of time, if I was faced with a big risk, then I would really have to, I wouldn't really get that much time to think over all my options, and I would really have to think fast and react quickly. While
Very
that
good.
isn't very helpful in that time, I think it would really challenge my critical thinking, and it can never really hurt to challenge yourself, you know? I mean, it's a
Okay.
hypothetical,
So
why not go for it?
great. Very nicely explained. And as you see, all three answers are having a different reason, and that is where the risk arises. Okay, so the way you look at the risk is also very important. Great, very nicely answered, three of you. So let's have a kind of a contribution for all for taking this up. Okay, let's spin it and wait for another questions, and same way you all can contribute. Gauri. Yes, Gauri, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Gauri, tell me one thing, which is more dangerous, overconfidence or fear?
Could you repeat?
Which is more dangerous, overconfidence or fear?
I believe that fear is more dangerous compared to overconfidence because then a person never really take risks again. Coming back to the topic of risk, like for example, if a person is in a business, then if he never takes risk, he's never going to grow, and that person will never become a better version of themselves the next day. They are going to be stuck on the same line. Whereas with overconfidence, I believe that if you get a lesson, like life teaches us lessons, right? And the lessons will keep repeating until we learn from them. So I believe that most individuals learn their lessons early, whereas with respect to fear, a person who fears never really overcomes it most of the times.
Amazing, very deeply answered. So Gauri, now I'm going to put you in a dilemma. Okay, the dilemma is that the three answers that you have received in the first question by Shreyansh, Nishant, and I forgot the name, sorry. So all the three answers, if you have to categorize them with overconfidence or fear, whom will you categorize for what? So whether Shreyansh was overconfidence or Nishant was in fear, how are you going to justify that? And it's just discussion, so no one is gonna take it to their heart. Yes. Yes, Gauri, go ahead.
I think that I'm like not very sure about their names so far. So
Okay.
I would say that none of them were afraid to answer. Everyone was bold and they put forth their opinions in a really great way. I'm not sure who's the one who answered last, but that was the person who seemed
Okay.
over.
So who answered last? I think it was
It was me.
Ruhani. Yeah, it
Oh,
was you, Shreyansh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Shreyansh.
I think overconfidence is not really a good word to say it. I would just like to say that all three of them were confident. None of them were afraid to answer. So
Okay. Not about the answer, but about putting that 30,000, losing it in the one day or dividing into the
So,
categories.
if you ask me with respect to the example, then again, not sure the name, but the first person who spoke, I think,
Nishant.
was a little bit afraid, like on the fear side of the spectrum, because they would like to have a small risk every single day, whereas the second person
Okay.
and the third person were confident or overconfident because they want to get a head
Okay. So,
start.
Gauri, would you nominate someone to answer the same question? The difference between what is more dangerous, overconfidence or fear? Whom would you nominate?
Just a second, let me take a look at the names.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there on the spinner board.
Yeah. Abhijit.
Abhijit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Abhijit. So, what is more dangerous, overconfidence or fear?
Ma'am, I feel like overconfidence from me.
Abhijit, we would really like to see you. Would you please switch on your camera?
Oh, it's not on.
It's not on.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Abhijit, please go ahead.
Because when you're overconfident, you're more likely to get it wrong anyway. And then when you're
Okay.
overconfident, you actually think that you're right. And then when it comes hard on you that you're completely wrong, I feel like it takes you by surprise as well. So like,
Oh, very nice answer. Lovely. Great. So, okay. So, both of you have answered very well. So, you both deserve this. Okay. Let's go to the spin again. Few more questions and then we move ahead. Zoravar, do we have you, Zoravar, here?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, Zoravar. So I would want you to answer this question that what do people fear more? Is it experience or is it data that is available for a certain incident or an experience? What's
Uh,
more fearful? Is it the experience that is coming or is it the data that is available?
Ma'am, in what sense do you mean the data which is available?
Okay, so when it says there's a risk, right? You are driving and there's a risk. So what will you fear? The experience of your driving or the data that substantiate that this is the report of the yearly problems in the
Okay, okay.
driving or something
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
I would say that the data would invoke more fear in us than the experience of driving, because like if I take skydiving as an example only, there is enough data to say that it is highly dangerous for you. There is a high chance that your parachute doesn't open, but people still do it for the experience.
Okay. How many of you like this answer? Please give us a thumbs up or a emoji for this answer that Zoravar has answered. Yes, Abhijit.
I was gonna
Nice.
give
We
an
have a
emoji.
lot of likes for you, Zoravar, for your answers. You've answered it really well. Yes, Abhijit, please go ahead. What is your input to this?
I was just gonna give an emoji. So
Acha, you were giving an emoji. Okay. And anyone who wants to answer? Okay, Zoravar, please nominate a person who would answer it.
ma'am, I'd like to nominate Naman.
Naman?
Naman.
Naman, you're there?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Naman. So how would you put this answer that,
Ma'am, I
whether
would
it's
also go for the data that is provided to you.
data that is provided. Now,
Because
why do you think that this could... Okay, please, I'm sorry. Continue.
because there's a lot of sources you can get your data from. It might be accurate, might be inaccurate, but I would say it's worth going for the experience, even if the data is.
Okay. So you are backing up the data, right?
No, I'm going against the data. It can be.
You're going against the data. You
It
are
can be
favoring the
misleading.
experience.
I would go for the experience.
Okay. Okay. So Okay, so my question over here was that when you are saying experience or data, why do you feel that there is this kind of a discussion coming up? Anyone can answer this. That why are we bringing the word data in between? Yes, data has something very important and deep to do when you are talking about a course like actuarial. Okay, actuarial is all about data. Experiences do play a role, but without data, everything is pointless. Right? So that is why data. Yes, Shrish, please go ahead.
So for actuarial sciences, data is important because data is numerical and that can be used to calculate risk, success, profit, and other values like that.
Okay. Okay, great, great, nice. Okay, so let's look at few more questions and then go for the further things. We have lots stored for these slides. Okay, Abhijit, I think you have answered it. Yeah,
Yes.
Abhijit already answered once. Okay, so we'll just wait for one more person's turn. Okay, and you can further answer it. That's not an issue at all. Shrish has also answered. Okay, so let's take a chance where most of you have not opened up to come up and answer. Okay, Manveet, where are you, Manveet?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so Manveet is here. So Manveet, I have a very wonderful question of you. If failure had no consequences, would you take more risk?
Yes, ma'am. As a failure did not have any consequences, I would learn from each failure and initially go till I have more successes than failure.
Okay, that's a very brief and a good answer. Okay, how many of you feel that if failure had no consequences, that you can fail as many times as you want, would you still take as much risk as? Yes, please, Shreyansh, go ahead.
If failure didn't have any consequences, then I do think I would take a lot of risks because, I mean, there is no downside, right? You either learn or you learn. So
Yes.
I think I would, of course, go for it.
Okay, so that means what? We all fear one thing, and that is what? Failure. Because if failure had no consequences, everyone would be taking up the risk. Okay, very nice, good. Okay, now next question is a quite funny question. So I want you all to add your humor element. You can use the chat for doing that. Okay, so many a times you don't want to speak, but if you have the option to write it, please write it. Ruhani, Ruhani, you are there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ruhani. So, Ruhani, my question to you is if, one second, my question was there, which was a funny question that I've kept that. If you had one power, which one would you choose? Okay, if there is one power, which one would you choose? One is you can see all the risk in advance. Second is you remove all the risk. And third is you ignore what is the risk. See all the risk, remove all the risk, or ignore all the risk.
See all the risk.
Why?
Because if you ignore risks, when you reach failure, there is no coming back from it. Because
There's
if you
no coming back from it. Okay, okay, yes.
and if you always see the risk, you can take your decisions accordingly, right? You can always predict what is going to happen next, and you can minimize the risk that you take.
And great, very good, Ruhani. So Ruhani chooses to see the risk in advance. What about few more answers? Is everyone with Ruhani, or someone or few would want to remove all the risk or ignore it? Yes, Shreyansh.
I think I would definitely want to see all the risks because
See all
I
the
think
risks.
that would give me an advantage to know where I should be, for example, investing my money if I was an investor or taking part in other things. Removing would, I think, put everyone on a level field. It wouldn't really give me a certain advantage. And I think ignoring it wouldn't be that good of an option because you're, of course, avoiding what the consequences could be or what could go wrong. So I don't think that's a very wise thing.
But sometimes ignorance is a bliss. That is what the phrase says. But great, right, very good answer. Okay, yes, Zoravar, please go ahead.
I would go with removing all the risks so that any investment, any decision which I make, there is no risk attached to it. So ultimately, everything goes off fine for me. Seeing the risk, I would honestly that is also a pretty awesome superpower. But in my opinion, removing the risk is a notch above that.
Very
And of
good.
course,
Very nice answer, Zoravar. Yes. Removing the
ignoring the
risk
risk
because
is
seeing all the risk is quite not possible. Okay, very good. Yes, Anvita. Yes, Anvita, please. Her first answer. Wow. Yes, Anvita, please go ahead.
I feel like removing the risk would be a better option. Of course, seeing the risk in advance is also good, but removing it will ensure us 100% success rate.
Okay, 100% successful. Okay, so Anvita is saying it with a lot of surety. Okay, so we will keep the discussion going on. Okay, but let's take the last question. And I appreciate all the chat answers that are coming by Shreyans and Shrish. Okay, so please, all of you, read those answers as well. Okay, that's important. Okay, so let's take one or two more questions and then we go ahead. Okay, I really like the participation that you all are giving. Amazing. Okay, Spurti. Yes, Spurti, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Spurti, this is, I think we'll put that as the last question and then we will take more questions. So, Spurti, my question to you is that if oh, I had some lovely question. Wait. Yeah. If life were a movie, okay, and in that movie, risk was the factor, then in that, what role risk played for you? Comedy, thriller, horror, adventure. Okay, not Dhurandhar for now. Okay, so if
Ma'am, I
life
would
is a movie, then what was the role of risk? What was the genre that was set in?
Ma'am, I think it would be like adventure. I think because
Adventure.
yeah.
Great. Yes. Agrima, would you like to answer this?
Ma'am, risk would, like, as a role, would be an antagonist because risk is the biggest danger there. And yeah,
Okay.
that's not.
Okay, Pratyasha. If life was a movie, then risk was what for you? Horror, comedy, thriller, adventure.
I would say adventure as well because risk is always it's never like a certain, it's not always constant. Like you always have something going on with risk. So I would also
Yes, so risk is very adventurous. Very good. And do we have Dharmil here? Dharmil, I think you have not answered anything. Dharmil?
I think that it would be a
Yes,
thriller
sir.
genre because like you don't know until the very end what will happen. So
Very good. So it would be a thriller as you don't know what could be there. Very good, Dharmil. Ashnil, you are there?
yes.
Yes, Ashnil. So how do you support this answer? If life was a movie, then risk with what category you will place it to?
I think it would be something like an action movie because there's
Action
always
movie.
things going on.
Okay. Yes, adventure, action, thriller. Okay, anyone who would like to answer this question who has not answered till now? Yes, please go ahead.
I have answered before, but
Yes.
I would say it would be a little like a sitcom but a thriller. Like I have watched
Amazing.
Suits and they take a lot of risk in that. But
Hmm.
you know, it's just
Okay, great. So great. Let's have a round of applause for every one of you who have taken this participation and come out from your, the net and answered it and taken that chance to overcome your fear. Okay, let's move ahead because we have a lot to stir over here. Please give the poll quickly and we will see what your poll says that do you think the future can be predicted accurately? Sometimes with data. Okay. Okay. Yeah, two more left. No, 16. Perfect. So two says no, never. Can we have these two students who have marked no, never? Please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. I mark no, never.
Yes,
Because
Agrima.
it's a complex system. We can never be sure. There are many unforeseen risks that exist, which can never be seen.
Which can never be seen. So you can never have it predicted correctly. Okay. Yes, Ruhani.
Ma'am, I did not say no, never, but I would say I would like to rebuttal that because
Okay.
it said accurately, not confirm or not certainly, right? You
Hmm.
can be accurate with data sometimes,
With
right?
data. So sometimes with data, but you can be no, never. Okay. So see, these answers cannot have an absolute reply or a confirmed correct answer. And that is why this winter school has been designed so that by the time you reach Monday and you take this poll back, you have a different mindset to answer it. Okay. Yes, Shreyansh, you want to say something? Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I think I've picked sometimes with data, and the reason I've gone for that is, I mean, that's what, if you're learning, for example, investing in the stock market, you will be looking at some patterns and certain things, which, if you notice, you can kind of, in a manner, predict the future and, in a way, kind of take a guess using the data that's been provided from the earlier actions of the stock, whether it might go up or it might go down or some things might change. Of
Very
course,
good.
not
Yes.
100%, but you can take a guess of it.
Hmm. Okay. Yes, Vimal.
Yes, I also put no, never as the option because, sometimes the data, one of the options, yes, you can predict, but will it be 100% right? That is not entirely possible because you can never know what can happen in the future. It can take a turn. Sometimes it can go as the data shows. It can never be completely 100% true because you never know what can happen. That's why I chose no.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, that's a very good explanation you all have given, and you have substantiated and put in your points very good. But personally, if I were to take this poll, I would have marked everything is destined. Okay, so I think over the period of time, your thought process may change, but none of you have taken that option. Okay, that's also a sign that you are very clear. So very good options you have taken. Okay, let's go to the next part. You have a timer of 3 minutes. Okay, you have to put your answer. Okay, once you put your answer, all 16 answers on the screen, we will open up a voting, which will have a reading time of 2 minutes. You will read all the replies, maximum of the replies, and you will vote for the replies you like. Okay, so your time starts now. Please go, and I will cross back you for after 3 minutes. Okay, so the question is, what is one everyday decision people make that feels safe but involves a hidden risk? And how could that risk show up financially? Okay, think over it. We don't want very long answers, although the word limit is 800. We are not looking at that. We want your very crisp, quick, immediate response to such a question. Yeah. Quickly type. 2 minutes more. Please type fast. Don't look at the length of the answers. Idea is to give your pure raw thoughts. Yes, class. Quickly, all of you. Yes, then I will stop the vote typing. Quickly, all of you submit.
Yes, hello, ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm not able to submit it.
You are not getting to option to submit it.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's an issue from my side or.
It would be that because here I can see all the other this thing. Okay, just refresh it. I think you will be able to submit it. So 11 answers received. Okay. Are you able to submit, Vimal? After refreshing it? Are you typing it from your mobile or from your this thing, laptop?
Yeah, I'm using it from my laptop.
Okay. I just try to resubmit it once. Yeah. Rest of you, please fast. Okay. So, okay.
Yes, I was able to submit.
Okay. So let me just quickly open the voting. Okay. Yeah. So now you will get few of the answers. I mean, you will be able to read all of the answers. Quickly give your 3 to 4 votes, although you have an option of giving 4 words. So read it. I'm giving you 2 minutes to read the responses, just an overview of the responses, and please vote it that which answers are good for you, because all answers are correct. Yeah? Voted all of you? Okay. Let's go to the results. And let's see whose answers are liked by everyone. Okay. So in the results, okay. Shreyansh, can we have Shreyansh here?
Yeah.
Shreyansh, please unmute yourself. Okay, so Shreyansh, your answer has received maximum vote. Okay, so let's have a round of applause for Shreyansh's answer. Okay. Because a risk which may often overlooked is the fact that a single click on malicious link could lead to an unwanted third party gaining access, and that could obviously be a financial risk. Very good, Shreyansh. Very good answer. And as the majority says, you have got 6 votes. Very good. Second, we give it to Manveet. Manveet, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so Manveet has given a very crisp answer. Okay. Seedhi baat, no bagwas kind of an answer. Okay. So he has written using a vehicle as there is always a risk of an accident occurring. This could cause a lot of financial loss to cover. So very good, Manveet. We really like your answer. Amazing. Okay. And third, we give it to Ananya. Ananya is there?
Yes.
Yeah, Ananya has also given a very real life scenario which can put fear in your mind. Okay, but there are overconfident people as well that driving without car insurance, since it puts you at a personal financial risk in case there's an accident. Okay, so you can relate a lot when it is covered here.
Yes.
Excuse me. Okay, so very good, Ananya. Okay, so we have our first 3 best answers to this. Yeah, very good. So let's go to the next part of the question. Now here we go to the quiz. All of you join quickly to the quiz. You will have, these are time bound quiz. Okay, so you have some 30 seconds, 45 seconds like this. You will have different seconds. Yes. All of you join?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Kashvi?
Where to get the screen? I have joined late.
Oh, you have joined late. Okay, let me just put the code in the one second, huh? In the chat, and then you can join. Okay. So all of you will wait for 1 minute for Kashvi to join. Yes, Kashvi.
My name is Shraddha.
Sorry, Shraddha. Yes, Shraddha, you can join, please. Okay, so Shraddha, you are from DPS, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so Shraddha is also. Are you able to join, Shraddha? Have you joined? Shall we start? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's start. So you have a match the following just with your own personal understanding. What do you understand? And it's a 45 seconds, so you will have to drag it and put it in the fastest manner, okay? Chance of a road accident is important with the risk, uncertainty, or whatever you feel. Quickly, Margaret. 36 seconds. We have to be faster. Seconds. Please be fast. Perfect. Time's up. Okay, so let's see. 10 students have marked it correct. 5 students have marked it all incorrect. That's not a competition, okay? We are just trying to explore the meaning. So, chance of a road accident is a risk. A new disease will appear in 50 years is uncertainty. And now, if you remember our first question, that is risk and uncertainty equal, correct? I think many of you answered that, including Nishant, Ruhani. Okay, so now you are getting there is a difference between risk and uncertainty. Fire accident is an insurable risk, and money lost in gambling is an uninsurable risk, non-insurable. So now let's go to the leaderboard and see who has answered the fastest and correct. Agrima. Wow, Agrima with a 5 point, Nishan, Zorawar, Pratyasha, Manveet, all with the same, but I think there is a time bound thing. Shrish and Shreyansh second. Okay, so let's have a round of applause for Agrima. Okay, Agrima, this is for you. Very good. All the 4 points. Nishan, Zoravar, Manvi, everyone. Keep it up. Very good. And for rest of you, very good. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next question. Quickly, you have to answer it. It's a quiz question. Okay. And actually would be most comfortable working in which situation? "45 seconds. Fast. "15 seconds. Perfect. Estimating how many people out of 10,000 may die next year, and that the event may look like occurs and its likelihood can be estimated. So keep these options in your mind, the statements in your mind, because in the further sessions that we are going to have, right, all this will be decoded. So very good. So again, we have, let's see, correct answers. Let's go to the leaderboard. And Agrima is leading. Oh, sorry, Agrima. Zoravar has taken up the lead. Okay, very good, Zoravar. Arnav and Pratyasha. Okay, so well done. I really appreciate this screen board, and we go for a appreciation for you all. Very good. Okay, quickly let's go to the next question. Okay, it's again a quiz. Drag the correct category. Okay, so there are 2 categories and there are options. You just have to drag that whether it's an actuary or non-actuary. Seconds, please make it fast. You have a lot of options, 22 options are there. Just drag it. Not all options may be correct, but some of them can be correct. They will still be marked correct. Perfect. 18 of you have marked correct, okay? But don't be overconfident. Some answers are correct, some are wrong, which you would have got it on your screen, okay? That which are correct and which are wrong, okay? But that only leaderboard will say that who had the maximum correct, okay? So this is your leaderboard. Zoravar, okay, Zoravar is still leading, and now Nishant has come on the second lead, and Pratyasha too. Most of you are on the third lead. Okay, so let's have a look to that as well. Okay, so yeah, Very good, Zoravar. Again, we will this time have a drum roll for you. You have really maintained that thing. Okay, all of you can send your emojis for Zoravar. Very good, Zoravar. Nishan, a good takeover. Yeah, nice. Okay, so let's go to the next part of it. Okay, again a quiz. Their statement, please classify it. Fast, 29 seconds. Okay. Wow, 17 of you have marked it correct. Okay, so I think welcome to the course. Now I can say welcome to the course because you have identified it very nicely. So very good. So first, before we go to the final leaderboard, we would want to have an applause for all of you for taking this attempt. Okay, and that one wrong answer, don't be disheartened. That is where the course is gonna help you. Okay, so this is our final leaderboard. Ishika ma'am, if you want, you can just put it on their screens for that. Okay, all of you, please, you can switch on your cameras, especially the ones who are having their name on the first, second, third of the leaderboard. Okay, so we are seeing the results. It's loading. Okay. Okay, Nishan holds the longest streak, and at the end, Nishan has taken over the league. Nishan, can we have some words from you? How do you feel winning this leaderboard? Yeah.
I don't know. I feel good, I guess.
Okay, so very good, Nishan. So let's have a drum roll for Nishan. All of you can give a great Nishan for taking up the leaderboard. Okay, so very good, Nishan. And Zoravar, again, you have been consistently having good attempt to this. So, good. Amazing. Okay, so now the last part, and here I will, ask you to sum up everything that we started from a 6 o'clock and now it's 7-9. So now anyone who asks that who an actuary is, so finally you are covering up all these things, and from here the things will be taken ahead. Okay, that where others see uncertainty, an actuary will see a measurable risk. Okay, so when we said numbers, data, 10,000, you remember all those options and your answers that were taking place? That's where you are. The second statement is what actually an actuary is, where if you like maths, if you like logic, and if you like a real world impact, then welcome to the world of actuarial science. And an actuary does not predict the future, they prepare for it. Okay, so that question when you started with, okay, that whether you will remove all the risks or identify all the risks. Okay, so this is where our thinking process is going to go ahead. Okay, so this is just an idea for you all to have a first day session to understand that. 1 second. Yeah. So this is your first day idea to understand that how actually is gonna work. Now from here, you will have a transformation, and I'm sure by the time we finish on Monday, you will be a different speaker in your classrooms, at your schools, and giving an idea about how an actuarial plays a role. Okay. So I hope you all like the session. Okay, so it is now you will have the second part of the session. I have already done a lot of delay because I love interacting with you all. Okay, so the second part is going to begin soon. So before that, anyone has any question or anything to share? Please, I'm giving you 5 minutes. Please go ahead. Yeah, anybody? Yeah. So hope you enjoyed this session. You can use an emoji to answer that. Perfect. Okay, Ishika ma'am, you're there?
Yes.
Yeah. So I will take a leave and I will see you back on with a new topic. Okay, soon. And I think Ishika ma'am will guide you from here. Yes. Ishika, you would want to give them a 5 minutes break?
Yeah, so I think we will resume again at 7:20. Meanwhile, I will have a quick break and then we can continue with the session.
Okay. So nice meeting all of you. See you back soon on the next session. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, guys. Hello. Hello, everyone. Can you guys see me properly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, before we begin the session, I would just request everybody to have their backgrounds as shared with you all on PC. Pratyusha, I don't think I've been able to get in touch with you over WhatsApp. I'm just putting down my number over here in case you can reach out to me through your number. I think that will be great. And I'll share
Yes.
the same with you as well.
Yes.
Also, the LMS issue is now resolved. After the session is completed, you all can check that once again. In case it's still showing any error, let us know. We'll solve it immediately.
Perfect, guys. My name is Bhavya Shah. I'm a fully qualified actuary and director for academics at IQS. I've worked in the non-life insurance domain, which I hope to share with you guys how exactly does an actuary work and what exactly does an actuary work on. Today, I was there in the session while you guys were there. I saw you guys interacting, answering the questions Neha ma'am was asking. It was a very, very good effort, and I think till the very end, somebody was leading, and then the last question, I think somebody took over. Overall, a great effort. Kudos to you guys for joining in, wanting to learn more about the profession. Yeah. So today, my aim is to give you guys a vision of what the profession is all about, give you a basic level of understanding what differentiates the profession from other professions that you might have heard of. Yes. In case of any questions, feel free to raise your hand. I'll ask around. I'll ask the questions if once there are any. Am I clear? Anybody wants to say something before I begin? Perfect. So welcome to the Actuarial Winter School program. The story of actuarial science is a very simple story that any family could, let's say, require answer to. So let's meet our protagonist family, the Mehtas. Early 40s, one school-going child, and just one big simple goal. They want to retire peacefully without any issues. A very, very common scenario in Indian life. A lot of families have a very similar background and a very similar question. So, what do they have? They have 1 crore in savings currently. They want to retire in about at 60 years of age. So, in 20 years' time, Mr. Mehta's immediate concern is rising medical costs, right? So he sees every year the treatments have started costing 10 lakhs if somebody goes to a hospital, 20, etc. And one more concern that Mrs. Mehta has is the cost of child's education. She wants the son getting the best of the education, and she's worried that school fees are just going to rise too much, and they might not be able to fund his ambition. Right? A very, very common problem to have, right? So Mr. Mehta figured out that he needs advice, and he went to 3 of his friends, right? So he went to Mrs. Khanna, who is a chartered accountant, a CA, right? So what she does, she looks at all the information that Mr. Mehta has given her, and she says, okay, your current income's 40 lakhs a year, you spend around 20-25 lakhs, so you can save around 10-15 lakhs. But you are not doing something right in your taxes. And what I would do is I would help you out plan your taxes better, right? I'd ensure that you are compliant with the income tax regulations. Now, this is what a CA does. CA talks about today, right? They'll tell you what amount of wealth you have today, what is your income today, what is your expenses today, and how should you deal with income tax authorities today, right? So Mr. Mehta took her advice, said that, okay, I have 15 lakhs to invest. Let me go to my other friend, Mr. Sharma, who is a chartered financial analyst, CFA. Right, he went to Mr. Sharma and asked him, I have 15 lakhs to invest. What should I do? Mr. Sharma did his analysis, went onto his Excel sheet and said, you know what? You should invest your money where you get the highest return, right? Where you get the most amount of money back. And one thing that I would help you do is allocate your assets better. Now, what do I mean by this? He essentially advised Mr. Mehta to allocate each amount of money. So allocate that 15 lakhs into different buckets. Some portion of it will go to, let's say, gold purchase. Some portion of it will go to, let's say, bonds purchase or giving out loans or investing in a savings bank account. And some portion of that will go to equity investing, right? Stock market, share markets. Some of you also mentioned that yesterday, that you want to learn about actual science and stock markets, right? So Mr. Sharma essentially drew up an investment plan for Mr. Mehta to follow. That, okay, do this mutual fund every month. Now, still not satisfied with what Mr. Mehta wanted, because Mr. Mehta was worried. Worried about what? He was worried about inflation being too high. He was worried about market crashes. He was worried about himself falling down outside his home a single day and the medical bill being too high. And most likely, he was worried about, if he lives longer than he thinks, does he have enough money? Right? Because the longer he lives, the longer Mr. Mehta lives, the more money he'll need. Right? Because see, for example, I am 25 today. Right? I am 25 years old today. My parents are currently 57-year-olds. Now, they'll retire in a couple of years' time with whatever money they have. And currently, they see themselves living up to the age of 80. Right? So what my father has told me is, you know what, Bhavya, I have 1.5 CR with me. So 20 years. So divide 1.5 CR by 20 years. What is the amount do I get? Yes. $1.5 CR by 20 years.
7,50,000.
7,50,000. Yes. So he essentially has told me that I have 7,50,000 to spend every year. So he has adjusted his lifestyle. He has thought of his lifestyle by planning out the expense for 7,50,000 every year. He has allocated some money to medical costs. So out of this 7,50,000, right, he has allocated 1 lakh to medical insurance premium. He has allocated 2 lakh rupees every year for food and stay. So any help he might require. Another 2 lakh rupees towards traveling. And rest of 2.5 lakhs to miscellaneous. Now he has planned out his entire life, assuming that he's only going to live 20 years. The biggest risk that he faces today is that he ends up living a lot longer than that. Because if he lives more and more years, right? If he lives more and more years, for example, if he lives up to 90 years, if he lives up to 90 years, that means he only has 5 lakh rupees a year to survive on. Right? Which means he will not have enough money to live by. Yes? Plus, the longer he lives, right, the more impact he'll get by inflation. So let's say today, yes, today something costs, let's say 10,000 rupees. right? With a 5% inflation every year for 20 years, 5% inflation in 20 years, the same thing that cost 10,000 would cost more than 20,000 rupees. Yes. So my father and Mr. Mehta, both of them have a same problem. While they are about to retire, they have a lot of uncertainty and risk going into retirement. Both of them have to plan their life better for all the risk and the uncertainty around inflation, emergencies, long life, as well as the linkage between the two. The longer they live, the more impacted they will be by inflation, emergencies, and everything. Anybody has any questions or comments? Yes, anyone? Do you feel your parents have the same problem statement? Do you feel your parents also face very similar risk?
Yes, sir.
What about the rest of you? Yes, Shreyansh.
Yeah, so I just had a question regarding this, what we just
Yes.
discussed. And I know it might be one of the things that we will cover in the near future, maybe in this session itself. But just to get it out of the way in my mind, what maybe in the example used, would it also not be possible for the two people in the example, I can't remember the names, but can't they also like keep investing in, for example, different assets? Or for example, if they buy a house today, because I think they're 40 years old or something like that, not today itself, maybe they can take a loan from the bank and maybe just buy a proper, like an apartment, for example. And once they're in their retirement stage, they can maybe give it up for rent. So that way they have a source of passive income. Maybe let's say 5,000 or like 10,000. It may not be very much, but it could be like a safety net. So is that also a viable option?
Yes, before I answer, I'll let Ruhani speak as well.
I have another question, so you can answer him first.
Okay, perfect. So yes, it is possible. So it is possible, and that's a good plan that usually people have for their retirement, right? They would try to generate a certain level of passive income. The question always remains, is that going to be enough? And that's the risk that you run with, right? That's the risk that any person faces, is that whatever they think is going to happen, will that happen? Or will it be enough for them? Yeah. Yes, Gauri, you have a separate question, or was it a comment on Shreyansh's question?
Sir, it's actually related to the question that you asked whether our parents face the same issue. I
Yes.
think at first I answered yes, but then I think that this problem actually has a solution. According to me, it's pension plans and schemes.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it may be covered later in the session, but
Yeah.
I think that's the solution to this problem. That's just what I wanted
Perfect.
to.
Perfect. We will cover that. Yes, Ruhani, go on.
Sir, I was thinking that at 52, the parents are still working, right?
Yes.
And they will work until they're 60,
Yes.
which means they will continue to earn until they're 60. So right
Yes.
now, they have 1.5 crores in savings,
Yes.
and they can earn what they spend.
Yes.
And after 60, there was 2.5 lakhs for miscellaneous
Yes.
spendings, right? So
Yes.
if in the year they are not spending all 2.5 lakhs, they can save that
Correct.
and they can save it for later. So even if they live longer, they will have savings. It's not like the money will get extinguished after they are 80.
So when I said miscellaneous spending, I meant very miscellaneous spending in terms of, let's say, if they want to purchase something new, they want to get an iPhone that year or something like that. So I was truly talking about a very miscellaneous spending. They might want to spend money for a gift on us. They might want to, let's say, give something away as a donation, etc. What I'm
Right,
pointing
but
out is,
still they will not. If they are saving, then why will they spend so freely? And at that age, I don't think that they will want to purchase a new iPhone every year. Sure, they will gift, they will donate, but they will still end up saving something, right? It's not like they will spend everything.
true. Yeah, true. Again, Rani, you're making a right point. The problem statement in front of us is that how would they know how much to save then? So, for example, they have 1.5 CR. Assume that 1.5 CR is the end number. At the age of 60, they would have 1.5 CR, right? How would they know how much should they spend every year? Currently, I've given you a breakup that I feel would be relevant for them. Right, I've currently only considered 2 lakh rupees as the cost for food and stay, which is not going to remain the same, let's say 10 years into the future, right? So the question in front for them, right, specifically my parents, would be to how to determine as to what amount do they have to spend every year, such that they don't go broke, and let's say, partially speaking, they don't have to leave an inheritance as well, right? So let's say for you guys, it will be your grandparents at the moment. Your grandparents have certain amount of money. They don't want to be in a situation of asking their children for amount every year. They've retired well. So what would happen is they are essentially planning how much money do I have to spend. And that the answer lies in how long do they think they are going to live. And the risk then lies in if they live longer than expected.
I just want to say one thing. I don't think that it only depends on how long they live. It also depends on their requirement, right?
Fair. Fair. But the requirement is an unestablished number at this point.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Dharmil.
Oh, so I had a doubt. So, like, instead of only being dependent on the saving cash, like the 1.5 CR, they would also have an alternative measure to earn money.
I am saying all of that included. Let's say we account for everything. Okay, I say that, okay, in above 1.5 CR, they earn another 2 lakhs every year. Like Shreyansh mentioned, they buy a house using that money and they get 2 lakh rupees or 3 lakh rupees of rental income every year. Even then, the major question still remains. See, for example, today, what you guys do is you get pocket money every year, every month, you spend that pocket money. You have a certainty that every month this pocket money is going to come. Let's say, for example, I give you, let's pick Ruhani, for example. Ruhani, how much money do you think you will end up spending between today and let's say 20 years from today? What is the total amount of money do you think you will spend?
There are multiple factors. 20 years later, I will be 35 years old.
Yes.
And after, say, 25, I will start. Okay. And then there's college fees, your tuition, your education. $10 CR?
10 CR. Okay. If you could just, let's say, try to give the breakup to the batch, or how you think that 10 CR is going to be spent? Let's say next 5 years, what's the spend?
In the next 5 years, I will be in my third year of university.
Yes.
And about, let's give or take 1 crore every year. So that's 3 crores, right?
Yeah.
Plus your food in the next year, say I'll spend 1 CR on my expenses, in general expenses like my clothing, my house, or the dorm fees, or anything like that. And then separately around 1 CR for food and all of that. So that would sum up to around 6 CR.
Yeah. 6 CR in the next 5 years. So you think you'll end up spending more than 25% of that amount in the first 25% of the time. I'm just trying to gauge that out. So out of the 20 CR, you are saying 30% of the money will be spent in the next 5 years, which is the first 25% of the time to the last 20 years journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now we will spend a lot on education, and afterwards you start earning, so you will spend more on housing, right?
Yes.
But comparatively less than on education, right?
Yeah,
Compared
perfect.
to education.
That's fine. What's the next 5 years after that looking at?
After that, say you start earning like a side business, or you start investing money, like, okay, that's different.
You said 10 CR. Sorry, my bad. You mentioned 10 CR as the total spend over 20 years. So that means 60% of the spending is done.
Yeah.
I missed out there. So we have 4 more crores to spend. We have 15 more years to go.
Oh God, that just gave me a lot of stress. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
I am not very sure how I would spend the next
See,
5 years.
that's where the profession comes into play. So that's partially my job today, right? Partially my job to take every data point that I have and essentially draw up what we call simulations. So Mr. Iyer, who's an actuary, would take everything that Mr. Mehta has. He'll essentially look at inflation over the last 20 years, try to figure out what the inflation will be in the future. He'll look at medical trends over the last 20 years, try to figure out what the medical trend is going to be in the future. He'll look at how many people die every year and try to figure out how long Mr. Mehta would actually live. Not just average that is going to live 20 years, but also a distribution of how many years can he live. Taking all of that into account, by using random numbers very, very succinctly, Mr. Iyer would draw up thousands of situations that can happen. Maybe a tsunami hits Mumbai in 10 years' time. Maybe a pandemic happens. Maybe something great happens. Whatever investment, the house that Mr. Mehta bought from his 1.1 CR ends up appreciating to 3 crores. Mr. Iyer will go on to list down all possible situations and try to randomly generate outcomes for Mr. Mehta and essentially tell him one real truth, that there is a 38% chance that he does not have enough money left. There's a 38% chance that the money runs out before Mr. Mehta dies. There's a chance that a bad investment takes away his wealth. And there's a 62% chance that Mr. Mehta makes it out fine. That Mr. Mehta will have enough money left when he dies to give that inheritance to his child. This is the job of an actuary. While, yes, my entire job profile, and as an actuary, your entire job profile would not be to tell people what is the truth today. Yes, but to let them know that probabilistically speaking, This is what they would need, right? Yes, we would essentially let them know, you know what, you are taking a risk, Mr. Mehta. You're taking a 40% bet on life. Because my advice is essentially going to help Mr. Mehta do exactly what Shreyansh mentioned, or Ruhani mentioned, or everybody else mentioned. The 38% figure is to let Mr. Mehta know that he can take a couple of ways, right? He can try to increase his savings level. He's earning 40, spending 20, 25. Maybe start spending 15, 20. Maybe he changes his lifestyle in a fashion that he won't need a lot of money after retirement, right? Maybe my father reduces his travel spending from 2 lakh to 1 lakh every year in order to ensure that he does not run out of money at any given point in time. And all of that is done so that he can have a peaceful sleep at night, knowing that the savings he has today is going to last him a lifetime. Again, all of these things, the reason why the profession exists is to guide people better on the risks they have and how to mitigate those risks. If I am Mr. Mehta's friend, and the way that I would advise my dad is, you know what? Yes, true. You're right. On an average, you might live 20 years. But you know what? You should start saving as if you would live till 90. You should start using the money as if you would live on 30 years. Why? Because maybe we derive a medicine. Maybe we get a medicine where people start living longer. Common diseases such as cancers and everything start becoming treatable. Maybe inflation is more than 5%. Right? Yes? Somebody raised their hand. Yes, Shreyansh.
Yeah. So I had a question regarding this.
Yeah.
What if, like, would it be a good idea that instead of, for example, now, as let's take Mr. Mehta as the example, he's 40 right now, and according to his current health, his job, his salary, the current geopolitical positions, and considering everything in and all around, we are making a prediction kind of, which is calculated using many factors. But I think it would be fair to say that 5 years down the line, things could change a lot. Like the whole table could be upside down and very much. So would it not be a good idea to maybe every 3 years or 5 years, maybe work with the actuary to kind of set a new style? For example, maybe 3 years down the line, Mr. Mehta's health condition perhaps maybe improves. So then the actuary might advise them to, okay, you might need to start saving a bit more since you might live more. But if his health deteriorates in the next 10 years, then he might say, okay, you might be able to free up your spending since you might not live. Like, would that be an option?
Yes. Ideally speaking, you would, again, all three professions that I just displayed in front of you are financial advisors at one point in time.
Correct, yeah.
It would always be a good idea to sit with a financial advisor at a regular interval, reanalyzing from that point in time. As an actuary, I am using my data till today to project the future. Every year, every couple of years, yes, obviously I'll go back, revisit everything that I know, and then repredict everything that I need to know. Today, like Ruhani mentioned, 10 CR as her estimate of what she needs for the next 20 years. Maybe 2 years down the line, she decides to pursue a course that is less expensive than 6 crores a year. And she revisits that number saying, no, yeah, 2 years ago I said 10 CR for the next 20 years. Maybe I don't need that. Or she ends up deciding that she wants to stay at a very exquisite location and she decides that I might need more than 10 CR. There is a concept called as actuarial control cycle. Okay, that's usually taught at an advanced level. I'll just introduce the idea to you. The basic idea behind any actuarial prediction would be setting up an assumption. An assumption that Mr. Mehta is currently healthy, will continue to be healthy for the next 20 years till he retires, and then his health might deteriorate slowly and steadily. This is assumption that I would have made to, let's say, draw up the 38% figure. What I would do is over a period of time, I would do something called as an experience analysis. What do I mean by that? I'll actually check against my assumptions. I'll actually check if Mr. Mehta's health is remaining similar. Let's say 5 years from today, I'll just meet him and check my assumption. If my assumption continues to remain, my answer continues to remain the same. But if my assumption changes, if my experience tells me that my assumption was incorrect, maybe Mr. Mehta's health is deteriorating earlier, then I would revisit my predictions, allow for the change in my assumption, and then reanalyze my output.
Okay, so
And
based
set
on
up
your
a new
assumption.
assumption.
Yeah. No, please continue.
Yeah. This essentially means the cycle is you set up an assumption, you do experience analysis, you revisit your model, and then you again set new assumptions.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Which essentially completes the whole cycle. I would do this at a regular interval, depending on a variety of factors. How regular do I do it? Could, let's say, require an analysis of what I'm trying to do. We'll cover that later.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Anyone else? Any questions? Any comments? I did see a couple of people raising their hands somewhere. No? Yes, Gauri.
So you mentioned that the assumptions will be checked at particular time intervals. But if a client comes in and wants to just get an answer or a probability one time only, then how would the assumptions work?
Again, ideally assumptions would then I'll talk to the client, I'll understand from them, right? So I'll ask Mr. Mehta, do you have any illnesses? I'll try to figure that into my modeling. I'll try to use that. If let's say Mr. Mehta is facing a blood pressure issue, I might include, let's say, lower life expectancy for him, considering that he already has some health issues. But if I'm not going to advise them in the future, I would, let's say, just set up assumption once and that's it for me. But usually I would, let's say, actually daily work would involve repeated modeling. This is a very simplified example. The people we work for are much more complex than that. The real world is much more complex than what the example that we are discussing.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Yes. All in all three people, Mrs. Khanna, Mr. Sharma, and Mr. Iyer, are essentially looking at the same problem from a different lens. Overall, these three people help Mr. Mehta in his lifestyle. So the way CA would work, let's say Mrs. Khanna would essentially give Mr. Mehta, look at Mr. Mehta's assets, liabilities, income, expenses, and essentially she determined that he has 1 CR worth of wealth today. She determined that he can save about, based on his current income and expenses, he can save about 15 lakh rupees a year. Mr. Sharma, as a CFA, essentially determined or essentially helped Mr. Mehta invest that 15 lakh properly, such that this 1 CR might become 2.5 CR by the time he retires. Or let's say with everything saved up, all in all, the CFA has said that I'll give you 8% returns on the portfolio, or you'll get 8% returns on the portfolio. So Mr. Mehta might have a larger pool of money to work with. Mr. Iyer essentially showed Mr. Mehta a glimpse of the future that is going to be in front of him, and essentially told him, let's say, like, I think, how many of you have seen a Doctor Strange? Yes? Okay, couple of, at least 5-6 people. Yeah. So like Doctor Strange essentially told Tony Stark that outside of the 14 million futures that Doctor Strange can see, there's only one in which Avengers win. It's Mr. Iyer's job to tell Mr. Mehta of all the futures that he can simulate, right? There's only 60% of the futures in which Mr. Mehta comes out proper. Based on this analysis, Mr. Mehta adjusts his lifestyle, go back to the CA friend, go back to Mrs. Khanna and asks her, if I do this, how much money can I save every year? Then goes to Mr. Sharma and asks him to invest the higher amount every year. And then goes to Mr. Iyer and asks him, if I do this, will the probability of me not having money at the end reduce? Because Mr. Mehta wants that outcome. Everyone in this ecosystem is solving the same problem from a different lens. They're solving the problem for the same person from different angles. But an actuary is the only one answering how much needs to be saved. Anyone has any comment, any question? Abhijit, Agrima,
No questions, sir.
you guys understood?
Yes, sir. A very good example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Why we exist? Life is extremely uncertain, right? Because we don't know what level of mortality or what's the probability of death and how long would a person live. But every decision that you make related to money are usually permanent in nature, usually very long-term decisions that are going to be made. But somebody has to remain at the back of it to ensure that the risk to the people at large is very minimal. For example, Gauri mentioned about pensions, right? Pensions is a very basic financial product. If you go talk to your parents tonight, they'll let you know. If anyone of them are working, right? They draw a salary. Every month from their paycheck, a certain amount is being deducted for pensions. A very simple product, but a very risky product. I'll explain the product to you. Every month you put some money into an account of sorts, okay? The promise that the pension company is giving you, or for example, in your case, I am giving you, is you give me 100 rupees every day. When you retire, I'll give you 200 rupees back every day. Okay? Now for me and you, there are a couple of risks. One, for you, the risk is I'll take that 100 rupees and never be there to give you that 200 rupees back. That's a very simple risk that can happen. For me, the risk is I currently think you are going to live like 40 years after retirement. You end up living 50, 60, 70. Then what? Right? So pensions is a product that everybody is invested in, but I am making you a promise, a 15-year-old a promise that if you give me 100 rupees every day, I'll give you 100 rupees till you, 200 rupees till you die from the age that you are 60. I have an investment risk that I might not make the return that I think I would make. I have a risk that you end up living longer. I have so many other risks. An actuary has to sit today and say, if we want to give 200 rupees to Ruhani every day for till she dies from the age of 60, then we should ask Ruhani for this amount of money every day today. Maybe that amounts 100, maybe that amounts 80, maybe that amounts 120. But once I make that promise to you by taking that 120 rupees every day, then I have to ensure that I'll have enough amount of money. As an actuary, I have to ensure that me or the person who has made that promise always has enough amount of money to pay you back. Right? Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir. I understood.
Perfect. Why this matters to you? As a 15, 16-year-old, why should you care about, let's say, actual profession? Or in general, why should you care about the thinking as an actuary? At some point in the future, you are going to get a car, you are going to get a house, you might start your own business. So you'll end up insuring all of those things, or you will end up taking that risk yourself. As an entrepreneur, as a owner, as a investor, you should know the risk and you should be able to measure the risk that you are carrying. What happens if the business that you have made, the IP gets stolen? What's the risk of that? What is the cost of the risk of that? Right? During the first session, Neha ma'am mentioned there was a question, where would we actually most comfortable doing? There were two possible answers. The fourth one was likelihood of something happening and the cost if it happens. Both the aspects are very, very important to everybody. A 14-year-old or a 60-year-old, both of them have to be equally invested here. You would want to plan your life, right? You have to plan your life with uncertainty. Yes, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
At the end of the day, when you are doing all of that, either you want to be the one who can do this, who can essentially be an actuary, not a designation, but a mindset, or you want somebody who has similar mindset advising you properly. If Mr. Mehta is an engineer, which he is, he wants Mr. Iyer to advise him right. He wants Mrs. Khanna and Mr. Sharma to advise and guide him right. Or Mr. Iyer, who is an actuary himself, will want to measure the same thing for himself. Right? Either you could be Mr. Mehta getting the right guidance, or you could be Mr. Iyer being the right guidance. Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
This is why it is important that the profession exist and be in the financial ecosystem. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any questions, any comments?
So, sir, you mentioned that the decisions related to money are often permanent. Could you give some examples of that? I didn't really understand that.
If you buy a property, while not a permanent decision, but usually that's a 10-year decision. You cannot enter and exit from a property very, very quickly, or you cannot do it efficiently very, very quickly. You can, let's say, any investment that you make is usually a long-term investment. Anytime you hear somebody making any sort of a large investment, they usually think long-term, right? So those decisions are permanent or at least semi-permanent in the sense that they are going to stick around. So if they make the wrong decision, most probably they would have made a wrong decision for a longer term. So let's say, for example, Mr. Mehta ends up investing all his money in Bitcoin. Now, that's a money decision being made. It's a slightly permanent decision being made. It's not that you cannot sell off Bitcoin, but if you try to do that, then you'll always make a loss very, very quickly. So he would essentially have taken a long-term view. But then, let's say from a financial perspective, he's not diversified enough. He should ideally not put all his eggs in the same basket, but he did, right? From a logical perspective, now his entire wealth is a fluctuation number, a random number fluctuated every day, every morning. That brings about stress.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Everyone else? Anyone else? Everyone? I think it's already past 8. I would want you guys to answer. if you have any questions. Yes, Ruhani.
Sir, I don't essentially have a question, but I do have an answer for you.
You sure?
You asked me how much, so I came to conclusion that I require 15 crores in the next 20
Okay,
years.
perfect.
Okay. And I spend 4 crores on education.
Yes. So that's the first 5 years. We'll break it down with time, not the header
No,
of the
I just went along with the overall because I divided everything by 20 and I thought of it.
Okay, fair enough.
So, housing, I'm spending 5 crores.
Over a period of 20 years.
Yes.
So that's about how much? 40 lakhs?
25 lakhs for 20 years. Every
25
year.
lakhs per year. Okay.
Yes. And then food and your very, very basic necessities, like very basic.
Okay.
Other than your housing and your medicine, is 1 crore.
Okay.
I thought very hard about that. And
Okay.
then your 2 crores for your medical expenses. So there's not
Okay.
a chance your car will crash every day or
Which
every
is
year.
fine. No, it's fine. It's a riskier, so you're making a pool for something that's risky.
Yes, which is 2 crores. And then your miscellaneous is 3. So that sums up to
3
15.
crores over a period of 20 years is how much money every year? 15 lakhs?
I did not
Yeah.
calculate.
15 lakhs. So that 15 lakh includes Ruhani's, let's say, travel plans, to some extent, wedding expenses, let's say, maybe a pet, everything. I'm
Yeah.
just confirming.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So again, I don't think the number is wrong, but at least think about it again. Because if you're spending 25 lakhs on, let's say, staying at a place, very doubtful you could do with 5 lakhs a year on, let's say, food and basic necessities, and another, what, 15 lakhs. So 20 lakhs a year on your entire overall spend. How much time does Ruhani travel in a year in the next 20 years? How many trips does she get?
Even if we say 1 trip a year, like 1 major trip a year, it would sum up to maybe 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that covers it.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. This is the activity that I want you guys to do tonight or tomorrow morning, whenever you guys have time. Try to figure out how much money do you need in the next 20 years, and not, so again, as an actuary, so I'm currently asking you to be a non-actuary and look at it because you are deriving a single number. The idea is, as an actuary, I usually don't talk about a single number. I don't usually say that I think I need 15 CR, because 15 CR is a single number. It's an expected average outcome that you have come down upon, right? I usually come with a range of answers. Slight probabilistic answer, that's what an actuary is. I would say I'd need about 12 to 18 CR. Considering a range of outcomes that I might want to, let's say, go on a couple of more international trips a year, or maybe stay at a better location, or maybe get a premier education, etc. But yeah, for everybody else, I want you guys to go back and just try to develop this number. Think of all the things that I told you, of how you can think of inflation in the longer term, etc., and take this ahead. Yes, Ishika.
Yeah, hi. So I think we have one more part of the section that we were supposed to complete today, but given that the session was really interactive, I think we will we will stop the session right now. We will continue again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Make sure that but the question that he's asked about figuring out how much money would you require for the next 20 years. You get that tomorrow and we discuss that first. Meanwhile, you will also be getting a case study, which I will be sharing with you all either by midnight or early morning tomorrow, which will be defining the task that you're supposed to do for the next 3 days. Requesting all of you all to just let me know if you are there on the WhatsApp group or not. In case you are not there, please ping me on WhatsApp. I will immediately add you. This is my number. Make sure that you all don't miss out on any updates. And thank you so much for being a part of it. Thank you, Bhavya sir, for enlightening the students. And thanks a lot.
Shreyansh's doubt is not technical in nature, right?
No. It was about if he can leave for the day.
Yeah, perfect. No, I was about to leave you guys. Don't worry. Have a great night. Think about the question that I built. Think about what we discussed today, and we meet tomorrow. We discuss this more in detail. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Shikita.
Good session, no?
Good. I felt so. Let's see what they come up with. उनको कैसा लगा? I am assuming it was interactive, so good. I think I was detailed. Just a second. It's recording, Shika.
Yes. Let's cut the call.